Hi, so I'm going to talk about the article that is titled "The Drunk Man Denied Nicotine Turned Violent." So basically, what happens is a man is pulled over after caught swerving on the road. Upon being pulled over, the cop realizes he smells like alcohol, gives him a sobriety test, he fails. Later on, the cop finds marijuana in his car, so that they arrest him. Well, at the scene, he has to smoke, and the cop says no. Then they bring him to the station. He has to smoke again. They say no again. And the second time when he says no, this is when he kind of turns violent. It doesn't mention anything about physically, just kind of says, looks as if he could fight, and like cussing and words like that. So ways I think verbal judo could have helped de-escalate the situation because he later on gets restrained would be if in the first place the cop would have just said why he's not allowed to smoke. I think that would have helped a lot. In the book, it kind of mentions like how people always need an answer why, and how just being like because I said so is not a good answer. So if the cop would have just explained like, hey, it's against policy, maybe it would have stopped the situation from escalating and stopped him from getting put in restraints. Another way I think that would have helped would be mediating. And when I say this, I mean kind of like making him realize what he's really like in and what he's doing. So I would say like something along the lines of like, hey, right now you're facing a DUI and drugs. You'll be processed, spend a little time and be released where you'll be free to smoke whenever. Now, if we fight here, you cause even more of a problem, you're going to get charged with something else, and you'll be here even longer. That's not only going to be frustrating for you, it's going to be frustrating for me, and you'll have to wait even longer to smoke. So I feel like that could help him realize, like, hey, yeah, let's just get this done and over with. And then lastly, I feel like the acronym PACE could work. So that's problem, audience, constraints, and ethical presence. So like I feel like the cop needed to realize that the problem isn't that he wants to smoke. It's that he was caught drinking and driving with drugs. The audience, now this is someone that's under influence. It only mentions alcohol, but they did find drugs in his car, so maybe drugs. And then constraints in this situation, I would say the constraint is the fact that he wants to smoke. That's the obstacle that's stopping them from just getting this over with. And I would say the ethical presence, like the cop just needs to realize that's the problem and approach it that way rather than be like, no, just telling him no, that's just making it worse. So with that being said, I have my three questions are, do you think if the cop would have explained in the first place why he can't smoke, it would have stopped the situation from escalating in the end? My second question is, do you think force was the only option, or would reasoning with him have worked better than restraining him at the end? And my last one is, do you think the cop's ego has a big role in the reason that he was restrained right away without actually harming anyone?